Now you eat the same food we was eating back then, you getting sick.
Right.
All it's Parfrashite and Ziegelforth and all kind of bullshit they putting up and
They
shit
done
that they just
added
make
so
up the
much
name
shit
as
in the
they go.
food now.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta salute. Amira's in the building. Salute. What's going on?
Hey
What
y'all.
up?
Yeah,
What's
What
Queen,
going
up?
on?
going on.
what's going on?
Hey,
Just got that
Amir.
bomb for you. How you
Man,
doing?
where you get that bomb from, yo, man? You didn't tell me you had bombs over there, man. I'm putting that shit. I need to come pick that up, man.
Man, I've been having fun with this shit, man. This shit is dope, man. Salute. We lit.
Hey, why we get
Bang,
sick from
bang.
foods? Why we ain't get sick from foods back in the day that people get sick from now?
Because they're doing a lot more to the foods now. Like our bodies are not, our digestive systems and everything. Our makeup is not made to break down meat in the first place. So that's one
Yeah,
problem right there. Like even if the meat was not as tampered with the hormones and the everything, all the chemicals and everything they put in it now, even if it was just even if the meat is grass fed, for example, because people seem to
right.
think they do better if they go pick a pack of chicken up that say grass fed only. It's not, what I'm saying? They think they're really doing something better, but it's really not doing nothing better because your body is not made to break it down in the first place. If you ain't moving your bowels every time you eat, then where is the food going?
Right.
It's stuck up inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Because your
Mm-hmm.
body ain't made to break down the meat. But notice, like me, for example, I fast once a month, and when I do that, and I'm having nothing but smoothies, nothing but liquid, natural things, my body is working the way it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It's taking the
Yeah.
nutrients from the food and dumping out the rest.
Right.
No pun intended, but yeah, that's what it's doing.
That's what it do. That's what it do. Ain't no getting around that.
Right.
Yeah, so now that the meat is so that's first. The meat already ain't for us. It's not made, your body ain't made to break it down. A slab of steak will stay in your system for like 7 days. It takes that long to
Yeah.
digest. So what you think is going on? What do you think
Right.
that rotten meat inside your body is doing to your body? And you're already not supposed to be eating it. So now today we got um the meat and the chickens and everything being produced for money purposes, and that's it. It's not to, you know, give,
Right.
give you health at all. When you go to a lot of factories and stuff like that, you'll see, or you can just look some stuff up on YouTube. You'll see what's going on in these warehouses, how they do the chickens. They're doing things now to grow chickens that don't even need to be plucked. The chickens aren't growing fur on them.
Right.
And
Right.
then, and you know what I'm saying? Then you got
Yeah.
these muscular ass cows and shit. You can look up some of this shit. Y'all can see these
Yes.
muscular ass cows that don't have no fur either. That's
I was just
why are
thinking
you
about that.
feeding that to yourself and your children? That unnatural ass shit.
Right.
Like I'm saying, it's already bad when it's not touched. But now the fact that they're fucking with it just to produce it faster, because what they're doing is putting stuff inside the chickens and the animals to make them grow way above their natural, speed or
Absolutely.
whatever. So you see chickens that are wobbling. They're big as hell. They can't walk.
Uh,
They're wobbling. They're like growing too
falling over.
fast. Right.
Falling over.
Like only if you knew what you were eating. You know what I'm saying? You're not just eating the meat from back in the day. And for the people
Right.
who always say, well, our grandmothers used to eat this meat, our grandmothers ate this, and they lived for years and years and years. Okay, well, I always say this to that question, to that statement rather. How did your grandmother live? What was her quality of life? Was she on a bunch of pills before she died? Did she die of cancer? Did she die of some kind of disease?
Right.
Did she die happy and peacefully? People think when you're 80 or even if you're like 50 or 60, like that's getting old. No, you've been aging yourself over the years because
Right.
of what you've been eating. Okay? That's
Yeah.
what's going on. You should not be what we look at as old or what we look at as a normal lifespan is not the normal lifespan. I don't care what the statistics say. Okay, if you were eating naturally the right foods and everything, you would have a better quality of life. You would live a lot longer. You would live past 100.
Right now, looking at that in hindsight, you might be right.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You eat dead food, you kill your body. When you eat live foods, fruits and vegetables, especially right off the, like fresh, not cooked or anything. Because when you cook it to a certain degrees, you're killing the nutrients anyway.
Right.
So,
Yeah. But when you eat it live, it ain't nothing like giving your body live, fresh food the way nature intended it to be. Why would you want to go against nature to give you the food that man just made up just to make money from you? That's it. But nature cares about you. Nature ain't trying to get no money from you. Nature gave you this food in abundance. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
That's
that's what. Look, I didn't want to come take over. Y'all know how I be doing. That's why I was like, let me just say in the chat.
Do your thing.
Ain't no say no. You do your.
I'm still taking notes on my pen and paper.
I'm just saying.
Light it up.
I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I eat today? Shit, was it didn't come from Earth? It was natural.
We can listen to you all week. Fuck it. Keep going.
Well, listen, it's a process though. I'm not trying to we should be, we all should be looking at what we eat, but at the same time I want to say, like, don't get paranoid and don't get frantic and start beating yourself up either, because when you do want to change your eating habits, you should still do it with caution, because at the same time, even though your body been used to what you've been giving it, right? So you could go in shock. Yeah, your body can actually go in shock. So you should really
trust me.
Yeah, you gotta do it gradually. You gotta do it gradually. Take stuff out little by little. Yeah, don't put your body in shock now, but start letting this shit go. Start somewhere.
That's what I was telling them. You can start with no cheese on your burger. Then start chopping it up.
That's my weakness.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Your stomach be
burger in 30 days.
when you have a craving, that ain't nothing but your stomach communicating with your brain. Look, I want a burger, or I want some French fries. And if you don't give it that, you start to get sick. Right? No, but you'll start to get sick. You know what I'm saying? So y'all all right. You have to gradually wean yourself off of these foods.
Because you've been eating over damn near 30 years or whatever. Like, come on, your body is used to it now. Yeah. But it's not just your body talking to your brain. It's also the like, for example, when you craving sugar and stuff, you have parasites and shit living in you. Okay, people, what you think is happening when you eat? Like, say for example, you take a piece of meat, right, and you leave it on the counter to thaw out. But if you leave it on that counter long enough, stuff is gonna start coming out of that shit. Parasites, worms with the pork and all types of shit. So when it's in your stomach trying to digest, it's the same shit is happening. So when you craving like sugar and shit, that's the parasites in you that are craving that. It's not really you.
Right.
It's what's in your body that's craving that. Like, you have living little organisms and little things, parasites and all types of stuff in your body. Right. That is that's what's craving the food that you're trying to eat. Now, once you start switching that up, you will actually crave the other stuff, the fruit and all of that. You will crave it, just like you crave the other food from eating it so much.
Man, one thing I can say, it's expensive, man. It's stressful.
Right.
Yeah, people say it's expensive. Now, look, I'm a mother of 4 kids, okay? A single mom, and I'm over here doing this. It's, I don't understand why people say
that, but I'm just saying, eating healthy is expensive, what I'm saying.
Yeah. We go to the Whole Foods store and spend $300 when we could have went to a conventional store and spent $150.
And I'm sure that adds up, MC.
All right. Well, listen, like I said, I'm a mother of 4 kids. I'm not breaking the bank by eating this way now, but let me be clear though, I'm not eating 100% perfectly healthy or anything either. But how is it more expensive when you're taking the meat out? So that's one thing you're not buying. Like, so I'll still make spaghetti, right? I just don't buy the ground beef to go in it. So it's the sauce and the noodles. That's actually cheaper. You see, it's not more expensive when you're cutting something out. It's not more expensive at all. I got a girlfriend over with food allergies, so that's why I say that, because I have someone over here with allergies. For you, okay.
Yeah.
That's different. But you're not the only one that says that though. I hear that a lot, that people think that it's expensive to eat natural. Now, I'll tell you what is more expensive. When you want to eat natural meat, yes, an organic pound of ground beef, yes, it is more than a regular pack of ground beef. But I'm talking about taking out the meat, period. So that's
take out the meat.
That's not expensive.
Take out the meat to get cheap, but shit, like a papaya, that motherfucker $10 a pound. Or I eat strange fruits, man.
$2 though. Papaya, it is. I do that when I'm juicing.
Papaya though. That's what I'm saying. That's it.
I do too. Look, when I first started juicing,
it's expensive.
Pomegranate.
He said,
I buy all that shit. That shit expensive. Wow. Y'all probably don't know nothing about that shit, Joy, but they gonna try to buy a papaya. That shit healthy as hell, but they gonna tax you for it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we need to live close to the equator.
This the other thing, though, too. It is now fruit. Yeah, papaya is expensive. MC, you're right about that. I remember one time I went to go buy a papaya. I never had to get it. Right? So the shit said something like $3.99 like that. I grabbed the field. I came up to mad money. I was like, they was like, no, $3.99 a pound. I was like, oh shit, okay. But I'll tell you this. Now, far as the stuff that is more expensive though, like the fruit, when you get it organic. But listen, you're gonna pay for it one way or the other. You're gonna pay for it right now up front with the food that you eat. Or you're going to pay for it later on in your doctor bills because you will be sick if you don't change up your eating habits.
Right.
So you're going to pay for it either way, now or later.
Right. You know what we need to do? We need to live closer to the equator so we can grow all this stuff ourselves. We will not.
I would love
worry about that.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's why people go to Florida, California. Anywhere closer to the equator, stuff will grow.
I'm moving to Florida. When I move to Florida,
I would love
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a full-time fruit grower, nigga. I ain't gonna be.
I started growing plants and stuff, even in Jersey. Shit, this was always like on my path. I've been here now for 7 years, but even in Jersey, I was over there trying to grow tomatoes and potatoes and shit like that. I always been on this journey.
I always said I wanted a garden.
That's a goal.
Like a fruit garden or a pepper garden.
I got a avocado tree in my backyard, but one thing y'all should know.
That's what's up.
I know. Hey, look, don't if you grow tomatoes, make sure you have a trellis for it. One of the things the roses grow on, because they'll take over your garden. They'll take over your garden.
Yeah.
I tried that once.
I want to be official one day. I want to have a greenhouse and everything. Okay, I'm trying to be official for real one day.
Yeah,
you hear me? Shit, that's my goal.
That's why I want to go to Florida, man. You can grow stuff. You can grow avocados, coconuts. You can grow stuff. You can grow papaya. You scrape them seeds out there, papaya. That's how you plant.
Right? They be having like a million seeds in there.
Million seeds in there, man.
Hey, I was in Miami, Florida, and I was chilling next to a palm tree, and the ground shook. Almost got killed by a coconut. Them things are hard. One fell out the tree and hit the ground. I almost got killed by one of them janks, man. And I took that junk home, and it took me at least an hour to open it. And I watched a YouTube video, and the guy showed me how to crack it right open.
Right.
Damn. Yeah, coconut is very good. I don't like coconut though. I do not like.
I love coconut, man. I like coconut water. Coconut water.
I
do not like it.
Yes, sir.
The fresh juice is good, but I can't take it if it's in a can or something like that, and it's in the store. I can only drink it straight out of the coconut.
Yeah.
But I can't eat the shavings inside because I don't really like
it. Straight out of the coconut, fire, man.
And all that shit up in there.
Yeah.
I mean, my mama first gave us coconut. We like, what the fuck is this? A monster? That shit look like a different. That shit look like a monster.
It ain't no apples or oranges. For real.
Hey, them jokes.
Y'all ever had raw sugar cane? Like raw sugar cane?
Yeah. Yeah, we just chew on those like chew sticks.
That shit's good.
Yes.
Fuck that. Man, that's crazy.
Random thoughts for real.
Right. Sugar cane.
Yeah.
Man.
But we see all this boiled down to, we was all eating right and everything, eating what we're supposed to eat, and our immune system was built up the way it should be. We wouldn't really be worried about the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, your body is really made, if you take care of it right, it's made to fight off whatever you come across. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't get a cold, like a full-blown cold. If you're healthy, you may come across, like, you might get a little sniffles or something if you come across somebody else with a cold. But it should never be a full-blown cold if your immune system is already built up, Yeah. Like I was telling y'all earlier, I work in one of my jobs is a cashier at a grocery store. So it's so funny. I just been having so much fun the past week at school, like cracking up at people. Everybody is in a panic. It's definitely a scare tactic. Everybody's coming there asking for masks. Y'all got any more masks? Y'all got any more hand sanitizer? Y'all got this? Y'all got that? I just be cracking up. I'm telling all of them what I told y'all in the comments. I said, look, it's so funny to me. Everybody's looking for masks and hand sanitizer, but we got a whole row over there of natural vitamins and supplements, and nobody's trying to buy that. Right. That's not sold out. The vitamin C ain't sold out. The echinacea ain't sold out. Yeah. Okay, none of that shit is sold out. Only the bad, and that's it. Yo, that shit sound crazy. From the outside looking in, it looks so crazy to me. I'm over here giving me and my kids echinacea, but this is something we've been taking before I even heard about any coronavirus. Just something we do on a regular basis to try to keep our immune systems up,
Right.
So, it's just so funny. It's just so ass backwards thinking. Everybody like, well, I'm going to try not to catch it, but I'm not going to try to build my immune system up so I won't catch, what?
Right.
You think a mask? Like, for real. The herbs will do much better for you than a mask will do.
Yeah, okay? That mask ain't gonna do nothing but get your skin breaking out from the strap.
I can't even breathe with that shit. Right?
You got a mask on, but you go and touch the surface and then dig up your nose, and then you got the coronavirus.
Right.
Or dig in your ear or rub your eyeballs.
It makes no sense.
Take a shit and go put the mask back on without washing your hands.
Oh yeah, wait, yes.
Hey, look. You know what the most E. coli is? It's in our stomachs.
In your stomach, man. That come from niggas licking on bitches' butts and all that.
Yes.
Right, okay. Nasty ass butt. Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Listen, Jordan. Earlier,
what's up?
That nigga said, oh shit, man.
I got crazy, man.
Y'all thinking about that now, huh?
Because people do that.
Shit.
People be like, yo, they think it's coming from somewhere. They think it come from somewhere else. No, it's already in our human body. Yeah. Our stomach got acids in there. If our stomach bust open and actually got on our bodies, it would melt our bodies. That acid is that strong inside our stomach.
And it still ain't meant to break down the steak that you eat. Your stomach still takes 7 days to break it down. So what that tell y'all? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But look, earlier, what you saying?
I said that bring me back to the wildlife.
Right?
To wildlife snakes, they got a strong acid that's how they digest a big old deer in a couple of days.
Yeah, see, some animals and shit is meant to do. Their bodies, they live out there like that's how they supposed to be living.
Right.
You know what I mean? But wait a minute, I wanted to respond to something Jordan said earlier about, how was we, you was like, were we as cautious about germs and shit like before this coronavirus came out? And then I think DC said something about taking the paper towel, opening the door. Listen, when I tell y'all this is how I've been forever, this is how I've been. My kids I drive them crazy because if we using a public bathroom, first of all, they gotta get a paper towel to open the door to the bathroom, use the paper towel for even to get the soap out the, you know what I'm saying? Right. To lift everything. You don't touch anything with your bare hands. So I was, and this shocked me one day. I was coming out the bathroom and I opened the door with the paper towel, and an older lady, like in her 70s, was like, "Oh wow, you're very cautious, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, you gotta be." Listen, people go to the bathroom, do wipe their ass when they're done. Then they put the tissue in the toilet. Then they open the door to the stall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and then you wipe yourself and you touch it. Like, I don't understand how people don't think of stuff like this. You understand? I don't think that I'm a fanatic or that I'm crazy or anything. I'm, being protective over my children. Yeah. It's a lot of junk. You use a paper towel for everything.
I spray the remote. I'm serious. I spray the remote. I spray the button on any device.
And you can talk about in your own house. Oh my God. You can talk about your own house.
I do that at hotels.
Right.
Oh, you
got lights on it up, man.
You got to.
Don't be saying your bare butt on nobody's toilet. You better wrap that shit up with toilet tissue. Okay, strap that shit up with toilet tissue.
I'm sitting on a half a roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna waste that shit.
Exactly, right? Not sit the bare butt on nobody's damn toilet. Okay.
Nah.
I don't understand how people do it. I don't understand it.
Motherfucker told me, "What you doing? You gonna waste up, man? I'm wasting the whole roll, nigga. I'm finna put it all over this seat."
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Double up, triple up. Yes. I play no games with a couple like that, but it always been like this.
Even in my house, anywhere, I just can't do it.
Right, in your own house too. Yep. My mom used to be like, "Oh, it's nice and nasty." I do that at home.
Man. My toilet's a year old.
I want to say one more thing about the coronavirus. Y'all.
Talk about it, sis.
The other thing that people need to realize is that, our minds are very powerful. Our minds can create from thought. Everything originates from thought, right? In your mind can actually manifest even sickness. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've all heard of the placebo effect before, right? Yep. The doctors are giving you a sugar pill. You're going home thinking that the pill is something. Because it's in your mind that you're healed. Now you're healed. The same when it comes to the hypochondria, everything. A hypochondriac can really produce the sickness they think they have because of their mind. That could really happen. People don't think that far out. People don't believe that you can actually bring it on. So with the whole world going crazy, thinking like you can really bring the shit on your body just from thinking about it so much, and you ain't never come across no. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another level to the shit. But yeah,
that's why I said they gotta pay me because that's stress. That's causing stress trying to.
I know it is, and we all admit to stress manifests itself into a physical illness. It does.
Exactly.
Cancer. It ain't just food. Yeah, it's your mental state. Hell yeah, right? They got everybody stressed out.
What they call it? Depression, number one.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
You keep talking about heart attacks. You ain't got to worry about no heart attack. You got to worry about anxiety and depression nowadays.
Yeah.
I know, right?
And that compromises your immune system.
Which a lot of people suffer from.
Like, man, that compromises people kill. I was talking to a dude. I helped him sell a car. I was like, I'll be back, man. Somebody want to get a car in 2 days. I went back. They like, he ain't here. I'm like, could you call him for me? He like, he ain't no longer with us. I'm like, wow, what'd he do?
Wow.
He like, he ain't no longer with us. I'm like, man, what'd he do? I just talked to him.
You think he in jail?
Killed this stuff. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, he had depression. I'm like, nah, dude, I ain't believing that. This dude was super cool.
Wow.
Yep, shot himself right in the face, man. That shit was crazy.
Mental issues is real, yo. Man, if you ain't mentally right, your mind can take over, man. For real.
Yeah, man. But that's why I'm like, damn, depression made people kill. Like people you knew wouldn't do that, they'll do it.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
people that somebody you never thought.
Depression in their mind. Do it. That's all it's saying all day. Nobody like you. Nobody care about you. Do it. Oh, I hate everybody.
Yo,
depression is the devil, man.
Your mind is the biggest deceiver ever. It's the biggest deceiver ever. You know, it's his own entity. You know, it thinks for itself. It thinks for its own best interest. You know, we gotta control our minds and not let our minds control us. We go too much with not thinking about anything and just going off a sight. So we need to control that, man. We need to put that in our diet too. You know,
meditation needs to be a part of the routine. I think
that's why I eat nuts, man. That shit good for the brain.
Almonds, I think.
I eat walnuts.
Mental health is important as physical health.
Hell yeah.
Tree nuts or bush nuts? Which one?
Shit,
I don't know. The only kind I eat, I don't even like almonds. But I eat pistachios and peanuts.
Man, cashews.
Seeds are good too.
Yep.
Seeds are really good for you. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds.
Unsalted ones, I'll tear them up.
Yeah, I like pumpkin seeds.
Them good, man. They got another name for them too.
What, the pumpkin seeds?
Yeah, it's a different name for them sometimes. When the stores run out, they call them something else. But I like pumpkin seeds too. Them healthy seeds. People just don't be knowing, man. A lot of stuff.
What about flaxseed seeds?
What'd you say?
Flaxseed. Flaxseeds.
I said they're gonna grow in your stomach, man. They're gonna grow in your stomach.
Shut up, okay.
Man, that's what my mom used to tell me about watermelon seeds and shit. She was like, "Don't swallow the seed. You have watermelon growing in your stomach."
Right.
Shoot, you'll be surprised at a lot of the a lot of you get the most you get a lot of nutrients from seeds. You can eat some seeds. Yeah, they have a lot of nutrients in them and shit.
What if they
That's
do
where they all are.
But